The Deception of Nicolini Law Firm continued in 2019, Part 5. Please feel free to pause and read. Statements of claim, wrongful dismissal, and long-term disability created by Adrian Nicolini and Ashlyn Steele, Nicolini Law Firm, without my knowledge or involvement. Lawyer's loyalty. SAMFIRU TUMARKIN Law, David Vaughn misrepresented the contract when he decided with HICKS MORLEY Law and Nicolini Law to cancel my claim. As you can recall, I retained this lawyer in March 2019. Now we're about to go into May 2019. Okay. Almost denied. SAMFIRU TUMARKIN Law because of HOSSEIN MOGHTERDARI, HICKS MORLEY Law, and ADRIAN Nicolini Law. Almost denied in May 2019. SAMFIRU TUMARKIN Law, David Vaughn retained for wrongful dismissal in March 2019, which was almost denied in May 2019. Due to lawyers' loyalty, I will say, right, the continued deception of the lawyers, David Vaughn joined forces with HOSSEIN MOGHTERDARI, Bell Mobility Defense Lawyer, and Adrian Nicolini, my deceitful WSIB lawyer. Yes, I have to call it that because he didn't do anything for me. Just pretended all along. Yeah. Right. He joined forces to the SAMFIRU TUMARKIN Law. David Vaughn joined forces to deny my wrongful dismissal claim. I was threatened in May 2019 if I did not cancel my employment contract with Nicolini Law Firm. I guess a ghost contract because I know I didn't sign a contract with this law firm, right? He, David Vaughn, would not proceed with my claim. Also, a motion would be filed against me by HOSSEIN MOGHTERDARI, HICKS MORLEY Law, in the court of law to remove my wrongful dismissal claim totally from the system. That's what they're looking forward to. Okay? Ganged upon. I had to send an email to Nicolini Law, Adrian Nicolini, under duress to remove him from my wrongful dismissal case, a case that never existed with this lawyer. Since I saw Adrian Nicolini on June 5, 2018, I was never directed on my cases or signed any documents related to wrongful dismissal or long-term disability. I went to his office again on August 30, 2018 to only provide additional information on my cases so as to help him understand the extent of my claims. No contract mentioned or signed and no discussion of my cases that day. I told him that I had opened a discrimination claim with CHRC. Therefore, was told to forward a copy. So if I won, would be of assistance to my claims. That's what he told me, okay? I waited patiently to be retained by Nicolini Law, Adrian Nicolini, which never materialized. Lawyer and client relationship had broken at that point with SAMFIRU TUMARKIN Law. What do you think? Okay, as I go along. During my investigation, I realized that the intent of Nicolini Law Firm, Adrian Nicolini, and HICKS MORLEY Law, HOSSEIN MOGHTERDARI, to sabotage my cases. That was their intent, okay? WSIB claim suspended, right? Medical report was never obtained by Nicolini Law Firm 5 years later, okay? I was never retained for wrongful dismissal or long-term disability by Nicolini Law Firm in June 2018 because there was an intent to deceive, all right? Okay, remember my medical documents were never obtained, okay? Became aware of statement of claim 2 days after I inquired in January 2019 while I was in the process of taking my cases elsewhere. Retained Benjamin Law for long-term disability in February 2019. Retained SAMFIRU TUMARKIN Law for wrongful dismissal in March 2019. How was it possible that in May 2019, Nicolini Law Firm could state that their firm was in the process of amending the statements of claim, especially without a signed contract? I had already retained 2 lawyers for my claims, okay? Why did Adrian Nicolini Law Firm joined both statements of claim together without my knowledge? I had only retained this lawyer for my WSIB cases. which he had misrepresented. I should have said my WSIB case. All right. I had lost trust in this law firm, so I took my cases elsewhere. Okay. 7-page statement of claim from SAMFIRU TUMARKIN Law. This was in May 2019. 1 year later, I mentioned 1 year later because it is now 1 year since I was terminated from my job, when actually something was now being done. Nothing was done before. You understand? So retained SAMFIRU TUMARKIN Law in March, and by May they had the statement of claim up and running. They start working on my case. Yeah. Receive via email from the office of David Vaughn for review. I received the statement of claim for review. Then I attended the office of SAMFIRU TUMARKIN Law, right, to ask questions and to sign the statement of claim for wrongful dismissal. Okay. David Vaughn. I received an email from David Vaughn dated May 2nd, 2019, and this email contained the statement of claim. Mark you. See how quick this lawyer was? Yeah, because I retained him in March, and this is May. He has drafted the statement of claim, right? And actually got me involved. He said, "Hi, Delane, thanks for your patience. I attached draft statement of claim on your review and comment. Okay, I've highlighted some areas. You needed to make sure that he's right, Then he said, I've highlighted some areas I'll need you to comment on within the statement of claim. A few questions. He had a few questions for me. He said, can you send the February 10, 2018 doctor's note from Dr. Silverberg?" And that was it. I have included that to him, right? As you can see, February 10, 2018. And then he said, "Can you send me any other medical notes you have received?" Which I also did, right? And here's a draft statement of claim. Okay. I had to go in office. I read it, made my comments and all that, and then I had to go in office when they draft up everything, right? When I returned the draft statement to them, and they put things together. So an appointment was made for the week of May. This was Monday, May 6th, 2019, and then I had an appointment the Thursday of that week at 11 a.m. All right. So I was actually involved in my statement of claim, and I went in and I read it and I signed it. All right. As a matter of fact, I read it before and then came at home and then came and I signed. All right. Please feel free to review. Thank you. Retained SAMFIRU TUMARKIN Law on March 20th, 2019 for wrongful dismissal. Signed contracts with SAMFIRU TUMARKIN that contained terms, conditions, and payments. Collaborated with lawyer to create my first statement of claim. Reviewed my first statement of defense and provided feedback to lawyer. Okay. This was a statement of claim. As you can see, bearability. He has it right because guess what happened? I was involved in it, right? This was on May 17, 2019. It says bearability. And this is where I work, 5099 Creekbank, Mississauga, Ontario. Okay. Everything's there. Everything looks good. Here, as you can see, it was certified by the court. Yeah. And, certain little questions I had, circled. And he said it can be changed. So please feel free to pause and read, okay? This was the last page of the statement of claim, right? I highlighted this here because it said Delane also claims punitive and aggravated damages against the defendant, right, for violating her rights pursuant to the Canadian Human Rights Act. Nicolini law firm told me he would not include that, okay? Then, SAMFIRU TUMARKIN law, David Vaughn indicated the lane pleads that the defendant has failed to accommodate her medical disability and terminated her employment due to her medical disability and her need for accommodation. So as you can see, whatever I said to this lawyer, he recorded, yeah, and I provided evidences, so you know that I was not making up stories, right? This lawyer, Nicolini Law, his statement of claim is night and day to this one. Okay, we'll get there. All right, compare with statement of claim, wrongful dismissal from Nicolini law firm. SAMFIRU TUMARKIN law, David Vaughn got most of my complaint correct. A 7-page statement of claim, wrongful dismissal was drafted by David Vaughn. Compare to the 6-page contract that was created by ADRIAN Nicolini. The 2-page contents of the contract from ADRIAN Nicolini does not make sense compared to the 4-page content from David Vaughn. I was informed by ADRIAN Nicolini that my discrimination or my medical issues with the doctors would not be included in my claim. The 2-page document proved my point. Received 7 months later, January 10, 2019. Since I had to make my complaint to the Human Rights Commission and the medical doctors on my own, I thought it was not the lawyer's responsibility to make such claims, you know. Then I indicated that SAMFIRU TUMARKIN law of David Vaughn listened to my complaint and made a statement of claim. Okay.